Hey, what's up everybody? Today I wanted to give you guys a long-term review of the M-Audio MX5 studio monitors. First of all, I want to say that I really enjoy these speakers and I would recommend them to anyone who wants to buy them. They are 5-inch, they have 5-inch woofers, 1-inch tweeters, they're shielded. Let me grab one and let you take a look at it real quick. Here's the 5-inch woofer. Here's the tweeter. They have a nice look. I mean, these will look nice sitting in your bedroom or in your living room or wherever you want to use them. And who they are attracting is the low-end type of beginner type user. I wouldn't consider myself that, but I did, we needed something that was small and relatively inexpensive. And I'm over the hype. You don't have to have the most expensive speakers to come up with the greatest mix. And I use these for a couple different applications. I use them for mixing, recording. I use them for DJing sometimes too. For example, I did a health party yesterday with about 10 to 15 people. And they were great because, well, one thing I will mention about these is the imaging isn't great. So for that type of party where people aren't so concerned about the music, where they want to hear each other speak, they were great for that because the sound wasn't overpowering. But when I wanted to turn them up and crank, they definitely cranked for the type of room we were in, which was about a 12 to 18 foot room. The connections on these speakers, for somebody first starting out, you're going to have to reach for your wallet because you're going to need at least a 1/4 inch TRS or at least an XLR connection. There's no USB. There's no digital coaxial or optical input. There's no remote, and the volume controls on the back. So one of the first things I want to mention about these speakers is the fact that the bottom end is pronounced in the 100 to 60 hertz range. Now it does roll off below 60 hertz. If you mix bottom end and you need a stronger bottom end, you're going to need a sub or a larger woofer. But compared to other speakers, these are kind of boomy. Now that can be a plus or a minus for some. And once again, the imaging isn't all that great. But those are the only two negatives I have for the most part. Some of you might think they're underpowered, but it depends on what you connect it to. If you're going to connect them directly to a computer somehow with certain connections, they may not give you the most powerful mix. But whenever I hook these up to mixers or some of my DJ equipment and a higher grade sound card, they sound really great. So these are powered. Both of them have amps, and you're going to need to plug each of them up individually, so keep that in mind. They're directional, once again, so the stereo sound field isn't the widest. You're going to really need to set these up so you're in a sweet spot, you know what I mean? If you have one 7 feet away pointing one direction and another one pointing another, the sound field isn't going to sound that great. But you might want that in specific applications, like what I did yesterday, like what I did with the health party. It was perfect for that. They are neutral and balanced speakers. So that is one of the main reasons I love these speakers. They're neutral and balanced, so you can pretty much get a good mix out of anything you mix out of these. You just have to be careful. You have to be aware that the bass might be a little more pronounced, especially in that 60 to, well, I said 100 to 60 hertz. I would say anywhere from 60 to 350 hertz. These speakers run hot. If you play these speakers for a little more than an hour, the back of them is going to be on fire. So keep that in mind. They do run really hot. The construction is really good. I've heard people complain about the construction for some of the ones that they bought, but these have held up pretty well. One thing that I do need to mention is these are shielded speakers, but they have RFI shielding also, and RFI shielding basically is supposed to shield them from radio frequency interference. And when these are plugged up through certain sources, and I'm not going to get into all the technicals behind filtering and whether these should be plugged into the same jack or same circuit, you guys can do your own research on that. But there are instances to where you can hear radio frequencies coming through this. And what I mean, for those of you who don't know what a radio frequency is a FM channel or an AM channel. You can hear different radio DJs or different radio stations coming through the speakers. You are able to hear that with these, but once you turn your music on and turn it up, it's like the radio frequency interference goes away. So for speakers this inexpensive, I would say that is definitely a great feature to have. You do hear it when the music isn't playing and the music is relatively low. You hear a hint, but and I mean extremely low. I would say on like 1, but after you turn it past 2 or 3, you don't hear the interference at all. So that's very rare in a speaker like this, and for that reason, I would give these a 9. I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, I would give these an 8 out of 10. So if you purchase them, or if you have any other questions, hit me up below, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.